Well, it all comes down to this 21 rounds of regular season baseball. Blacktown sweeping their way into a grand final appearance. Baulkham Hills doing so. And for the first time in 2 seasons, we have a Game 3 here in the New South Wales State League first grade final series. Luke Eisenhower here to bring you all the action of our final first grade game after a 1-0 victory 7 days ago to Baulkham Hills. Blacktown counter with a 1-0 victory of their own on Sunday night, and what a game that was. So it all comes down to this series. Like your favourite reality TV show, just when you think the ending is near, they go to a commercial break and you've got to come back for one more episode. Well, this is the final episode, the final scene of our 2024-2025 first grade season. Matty Ray gets the start for the Workers, trying to defend their title that they won the last 2 years. Baulkham, well, they were the last team to win the first grade trophy before Blacktown started their little run, as that's on the outside corner to Jacob Eunice, which will fill the count up at 3-2. Jason Spurway, our home plate umpire. Jerry Cobb at first, Ben Nash, the crew chief, at second, and Paul Jones over at third as Jacob Eunice draws the lead-off walk. And the rest of the Baulkham Hills lineup Zach Shepherd hitting 2. Luke Clapton 3. Mitch Ellison in the 4-hole. Lachlan McCarthy 5. Josh Nadai 6. On the bottom 3 of Kean Howard, Jack Dormer, and Cal Fingles. And try and get the job done tonight. They led 3-0 a week ago, facing Matty Ray. I'd love to turn in a similar performance tonight. But Blacktown, they rode a huge wave on Sunday behind a complete game shutout effort of Josh Geyer, the Blacktown workhorse, which kept this season alive, kept this series alive. And we come here on a rather brisk Wednesday night for the final game of the season. It'll be Matty Ray facing off against Cohen Wynn. Ray with the lead-off walk. 1 and 2 now to Zach Shepherd. It's a Blacktown defense of Josh Pearl in left, Nick Anderson Vine in centre, and Dylan Martin in right. Dylan Martin with the game-ending throw from right field on a Sunday night. Somewhat controversially, it retired Zach Shepherd for the 3rd out in the bottom of the 9th. Shepherd trying to force his way up into a better position and was caught by a cleat short at 3rd. Around the horn is Mitch Austin at 3rd, the shortstop Lachlan Bajarski, Josh Strong at 2nd, and Jaden Cavill at 1st. The catcher Jordan Martin. And Josh Geyer, the DH, coming off his heroic effort on Sunday night. Batted all of the elements. The rain came, it went, it came, and we ended up finishing in the rain. Zach Shepherd is the 1st out. Matty Ray a week ago, he went 6 and a 3rd, surrendered all 3 runs on 6 hits, struck out 7, so he's got 1 of those here tonight and a walk. What was issued to Josh Nadai. Through 102 pitches, 70 of them for strikes. And Tom Stanchich, Todd Grattan got the job done the rest of the way. Cohen Wynn went 8 innings on 99 pitches. Gave up 2 runs late in that ball game. The runs coming in the bottom of the 8th. Scattered 5 hits. He struck out 9. A big strikeout game, 20 in total. Two-0 now, 3-0 here to Clapson. That's 4-pitch walk here to Luke Clapson. The run for Baulkham Hills coming in the 4th. They got 2 and then a run in the 7th. Blacktown 2 in the 8th. Both teams committing 2 errors last week. Mitch Ellison, centre fielder. Lachlan McCarthy back in the lineup for the first time in this grand final series. Was out with a hamstring injury for most, or for all of 2025 to date until the preliminary final series. Five straight balls now for for Matty Ray. Finally breaks that streak with a strike on the outside corner here to Ellison. Runners at 1st and 2nd. course, there is still one more grand final to be decided. That'll be the under-18 decider on Saturday, 1 o'clock, between Ryde and Cronulla. That'll finally close the book on the season. Tonight we've got 9 innings, maybe more of first-grade baseball. And if the first 2 games are anything to go by tonight, wouldn't be surprised if we venture into the 10th, 11th, or even further than that. We did need 11 the fortnight ago to decide who was going through this grand final series between Baulkham Hills and Cronulla. Baulkham getting the job done in that one. Walk off in the 11th. As Mitch Olsen strikes out, and now it'll be Lachlan McCarthy. He pulls it through the left side. Austin can't get there, but Jarski stops it. Eunice is turning around third, but JD Senior threw up the stop sign. Jason Dormer over there, the third base coach for Baulkham Hills, and Baulkham Hills have had the bases loaded here for 2 out and bring up the big third baseman for Baulkham Hills in Josh Nadai, playing his final state league game for what could be a couple of years, maybe longer if things go his way and he can replicate the last Australian who played with the Oregon State Beavers. Also talk of Travis Pizzana. Outside corner for strike 1. Over 3 to the walk. The only walk that Matt Ray issued a week ago. That was in last week's game. Over 2 of the walk, so he's over 5 and 2 walks. It was the first walk issued in Sunday's game. Outside corner, and may have jumped the gun a little bit with Josh Nader. Apparently he is here next season. We'll rewind, we'll edit that out and skip back to the 1-2 count. First hit of the ball game. Outside corner. Takes that pitch for a ball now. 2-2, bases loaded. That one fouled off with Delhi Hack. Count remains 2-2. Walko asking for more out of Ray here. Down and away. Count fills at 3-2. Of course, we play on the Wednesday night due to rain getting in the way of things. As the runners take off, Danai swings out. And a pair of walks, a single. But Matt Ray strands them all, striking out the side, and we're through the top of the first. We'll be back with the bottom. Bottom of the first. In this game 3, New South Wales State League first grade decider. Blacktown going for 3 straight. Baulkham Hills looking to stop the run. Can't win out of the mound. Behind 2-0. Hit a Nick Anderson-Vine. Fouled off. It'll be Anderson-Vine, Pearl, and Cabell, followed by Josh Strong, Mitch Austin, Josh Guy in the DH tonight. Doing some Otani stuff. Didn't quite hit like Otani on Wednesday, but on Sunday rather, certainly threw like him. 9 shutout innings for a complete game win in game 2. To make it even more spectacular as they battle the conditions through the rain. On the screen, the rain looked a lot heavier than what it was, or than what it seemed, especially from up here in the broadcast booth. Obviously light enough for us to play. Light enough where it didn't soak the infield and cause problems as Nick Anderson-Vine down on strikes to start this one. All the outs so far by the way of the K, and that's 1 away. Baulkham Hills lined up defensively with Ken Howard in left, Mitch Ellison in centre, Jacob Eunice in right, and around the infield, Nadai, shortstop Clapson, Fingelson at second, and at first base is Zach Shepherd. The catcher, Jack Fire Alarm Dormer. Can't win on the mounds. Check swing by Pearl, that's fouled off. I'll be quickly ahead 0-2, so after starting Navman 2-0, is he head here on the Pearl man 0-2. Inside corner, taken for a ball. One on the ground, Clapson, a couple of bounces, drops it, Pearl's quick, and he'll beat it out. On the error by Luke Clapson. Much to the delight of the very strong Blacktown crowd who are looking for a perfect 5 from 5 performance in this season. They won the first and second grade women's titles, taking the game last night 6-1 over Ryde. Took both the second grade and third grade grand finals on Sunday. How's up, they got the weekend started with strong performance in the women's second grade. First of the weekend. The only team that isn't in the grand final hunt is their 18s, but they battled all the way to the death a week ago. Just couldn't overcome Cronulla. Pearl takes off, big swing by Cabell, the throw too high and into centre field by Dormer. Matter as Pearl was sliding into the bag, and it's a good defensive side that Baulkham Hills are. They had the backup to avoid any extra damage. The first runner in scoring position here for Blacktown. That one fouled off the bat, and we've been playing magic numbers all throughout the final series. Thought Sunday's magic number probably would have been 5. I then did preface that in saying I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 1-0 ball game, and sure enough, my B answer won. Swing and a miss by Cabell, down on strikes. And the Run of outs by the way of the K is extended. Credit given to Luke Clapston for that, although he'd certainly be happy for that run to be finished. On the ball on the transfer. Brings up the clean-up hitter in Josh Strong. Had a cup of coffee and a couple of biscuits with the Blue Sox in the mid-years of the formed ABL. Tipped into the glove for strike one. Blacktown for a long time have been a strong supplier of talent for the Sydney Blue Sox. That one off the hands, it'll get up to first. Shepherd, job to do. And he'll get over and beat Strong to the bag. Waves off his pitcher. And that does break up the run of strikeouts, but we're through the first. And we are still tied at none, heading to 2. Couple of strikes here to Kean Howard to start us here in the second. 0-0 after one. Both teams with the runner in scoring position to start the ball game. Ball goes off after a couple of walks and a single. Blacktown reaching on the error and then stolen base for Josh Pearl. 5 strikeouts so far in the game, just the lone ground ball. Zach Shepherd in the first frame. That one lifted. Right side, Jaden Cavill back for it. Josh Strong behind him, but it'll be the first baseman in Cavill who makes the catch, and Ken Howard retired for the first out. Jack Dormer. Right. You might be asking why I referred to him as Fireman Dormer. We had the fire alarm go off during the third grade grand final on Sunday, and a few years ago it was Jack Dormer who accidentally leant against a fire alarm switch and set the fire alarm off. Every time the fire alarm goes off here at Blacktown, everyone's asking, where is Jack Dormer? Which is a little bit cruel. Not the only one to do it. Michael Libertson of the Widows Pizza fame back in the start of the ABL days. There's rumours that there was overheating in the pizza kitchen one day, which evacuated us before an ABL game, thankfully, not during an ABL game. That one hit on the ground, over to Mitch Austin. Plenty of range for him to cover, but he gets there and we'll throw out Jack Dormer for the second out of the inning. And even in the Baulkham Hills group chats, there was a victim even after being warned not to mention it. A little bit of a running joke here at Blacktown. So 2 away now for Cal Fingleson. First pitch from Matt Ray is up high. Fingleson just committing to a new college in Texas. Off to Tyler Junior College. Someone took it in the glove and held on to by Jordan Martin. Jordan Martin, last year's final series MVP. And there's a clear front runner if Blacktown get the job done tonight. Depending on who has a big game tonight, of course. Matt Ray could go the distance. Cal Fingleson fighting to keep this inning alive for his team and turn the lineup over. Another foul ball. That one onto the Family Hill, the first one onto Blacktown Olympic Boulevard. Ray searching for the third out of the inning. 5, 6, 7. Blacktown when they come back up. Out and away. Brave take by Fingleson. Evens the count now with 2 out. Having time granted, like a bit of dirt out of his eye, just as Matty Ray was getting into his wind-up. Just checking in with his catcher Martin. Winds and delivers. That one down and in. 3 and 2, so the count now full. Good job done here by Fingleson. Looks like there's a few members of the Cal Fingleson fan club in attendance tonight. Another foul ball. 5th one of the inning now by Cal. Strike that, make it the 3rd. Pitch at bat, this will be pitch number 9. He's logged to QAB in the books. And he get himself aboard. Ray with the 3-2. Outside corner, draws the walk. A 2 out walk of the 9-hole hitter, and the Cal Fingelson fan club lights up here at Blacktown. And for Baulkham, they'll turn the order over. A couple of ex-Cronulla teammates catch up over at first base. Jenny Cavill, former coach at Cronulla, coached Cal Fingelson in the Senior League team at Cronulla a few years ago. They went and finished second at the Senior League National Championships down in Geelong. Tournament won by the Eastern Athletics. Fingelson with the lead at first, top of the order, and Jacob Eunice back up. Eunice walked. Was stranded at third in the first. He bats here for a second time in the second. Three walks now issued by Matty Ray. One cut on a miss by Eunice. That's pitch for a ball. Count now even at one each. Hey, Ray trying to finish it. Eunice trying to extend it. That one's up and away again. And Eunice getting ahead in the count, 2-1. That one off. Count even again at 2-2 with 2 out. Ray looks in, gets his sign from his catcher, delivers a 2-2, swing and a miss. Eunice strikes out. And Matty Ray survives the second. He'll be back at the bottom. Left-hander Mitch Austin steps in, takes the first pitch from Cohen Wynn for 4-1. Cohen Wynn got the win. Cohen got the win last Wednesday. Firing 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, both of them coming in the bottom of the 8th. Rallying late, still just falling short. Outside corner, 2-1. 57 in the third worked by Cohen on the season. (17 appearances, 10 starts, 7 in relief. He came on against both games in Cronulla out of the pen through 5 innings across the 2 games, surrendering just the 3 hits, striking out 8. Finished the regular season with 2.27 ERA. That's dropped down to 1.73. He gave up those 2 runs last Wednesday. An inning and 2/3 on Sunday night. Kept it a 1-0 ball game. He struck out 3 in that one. Austin found that one off straight at our camera. Collecting our third base pitches. Going to the Baulkham Hills dugout. Hit up the line, but it gets fouled out of play. Finished the regular season with a 5-win, 1-loss record. Did have a save as well. The save coming against Cronulla in the Wednesday night game. Top of the call that this is the first game 3 in the last 2 seasons. Four series last week, 2 semis last year, rather the 2 semis, the prelim and the grand final decided in 2, as was the first 2 semi-finals in the preliminary final series of this year, as Mitch Austin strikes out for out number 1. Third strikeout of the night for Cohen Wynn. Bring up the hero for Blacktown on Sunday night. He'll certainly tell you he's no hero, but when you throw 9 shut in wet, miserable conditions, keep your season alive. Gave up just 2 hits on the night as well. What about devastating is it? Team Blacktown having 10 hits on the night. To maybe be forced into extra innings. Out hitting your team by 500%. Out hitting the opposition rather by 500%. On one hit a guy up. Stayed strong, and Dylan Martin delivered the decisive blow to get Zach Shepherd at third. On the tiniest, and I mean tiniest of margins. Blacktown celebrated as if they had won. They won it all, but certainly well deserved. Outside corner, guy out nose, he walks. Maybe he wasn't convinced about the first strike call, but he knew that was on the money, and that's 4th strikeout here for Cohen Wynn. Brings up that man in Dylan Martin. First pitch, he swings out off the hands. for Sporting. Low. Getting behind him with calls of, come on, Dylan, let's go, Dylan. He misses in that one. Right here, 0-2, and been looking to strike out the side. Side corner, he takes that. Good take. And away. 2-2. 2 for 7 with a run scored. Dylan Martin in the 2-game series so far. All the contribution. Takes that one in for a ball. He's in 5 hits in the final series. 3 hits. And the 2 hits were against Cronulla in the final game of the season. That one swings on and misses, and Colwyn strikes out the side. It's a 1-2-3 to finish 2. We're off to the 3rd. Third inning here at Blacktown, and it's 2-3-4 for Baulkham, Shepherd, Clapson, and then McCarthy. Correction, Ellison will be the third hitter. McCarthy will hit 4th in this inning if they get that far. Ray needed 49 pitches to get through the first 2. Kyle wins is 33, so Ray just being asked to work a little bit harder here, and he's 3-0 here to the leadoff man, Zach Shepherd. Shepherd struck out back in the first. Goes that one off, and even the count at 3-2. Go down on strike for the second time. Nice job there by Matty Ray. Worked all the way back from 3-0. And got Shepherd swinging, striking him out for the second time tonight. Luke Clapson. Back in the first, but was stranded on second. And that little bobble in the bottom half of the frame. Back in the first inning. Well, Blacktown their first runner. Josh Pearl reaching on the error. Runners in scoring position for both teams. Back in the first. Silent through the second. Ingleson did walk with 2 out. He's left the board. 5 strikeouts now for Matty Ray, trying to keep up pace with Cohen Wynn. He has 5 of his own. Ray walking 3 batters so far. Wynn clean in the walk column. So 1-2 here to Clapson. And swing and miss, back-to-back strikeouts. After falling behind 3-0 to Dak Shepherd, Matty Ray seems to have found his range here in the third, and Matty Ray gets on a roll. He will eat through innings. Brings up Mitch Ellison. Another strikeout victim back in the first. Five strikeouts for Matt Ray to the first 4 hitters in Baulkham Hills lineup. Look to make that number 6. Breaking pitch miss on the outside. Martin with the extended leg. Kicked out to the right, getting nice and low in that zone. And look in the outside corner, but Ray misses his spot. Count now 2-1. Ellison is taking his time, stepping out of the box and adjusting. Now back in there as Ray checks in for his next pitch. Eyes in the 2-1. Ellison pulls it up the line and can't do anything with it. Count now even at 2-1, and right, count now even at 2-2. 2-1's not even. 2-2, 2 out. Here in the top of the third. Looking for a 1-2-3. His first of the night. Gets the ball in the dirt. Doesn't even bother running as Martin couldn't hold on, but Ellison turns, walks. And Matty Ray strikes out the side. He's now got 6 strikeouts to the first 4 hitters for Baulkham Hills. We head to the Blacktown half of the third. 8-9-1 for Blacktown here, bottom of the third. Jordan Martin, Jarski, and then the leadoff man in Nick Anderson-Vine. 3 lefties for Blacktown, none for Baulkham Hills. Straight back at Cohen Wynn. And a little first out. Given that piece of information, you think on the Grady Roberts theory that Baulkham Hills should enjoy more success sending 9 righties to the plate every time through the lineup against the left-handed pitcher, but so far it hasn't been the case. That one will be off the hands of Lachlan Bajarski. And the umpires might just get together here. Spurway's going to call Jerry Cobb down the line to maybe have a conversation whether it was hands, maybe some bat involved. Bajarski kind of sold it, but wasn't overly convincing. Pitch got in on Bajarski. Went to offer at it, maybe asking if it was a genuine offer, and Wing gets his answer. No offering, no foul ball. Hit by pitch, and Blacktown have their second runner aboard. With 1 out here in the third. We go back to the top of the lineup with the nav man, Nick Anderson-Vine, and see if he can find a route to get himself on base. That's strike 1 from Cohen Wynn. Straight back to work. 37 pitches so far. Ray had a nicer inning through the third and tied it in order. He'd have to use a few pitches though, as he struck out all 3 hitters. He's at 65 through 3, so 22 pitches an inning. Baulkham Hills showing plenty of patience at the plate, making the veteran Ray work. He has struck out 7. Generally when you strike out a bunch, your pitch count can be raised. Unless you're Josh Guy and just throwing absolute bullets that guys can't keep up with. Touching the low 90s on Sunday night despite having to pitch in the rain, and you go on the Baseball New South Wales social media sites and check out some of the images by the great Nick G. The image there of Josh Geyer surrounded by raindrops as he looks in for a pitch, just trying to clear a path to his catcher. The rain coming down on him as Nick Anderson-Vine strikes out, 2 away. Out number 6 for Cohen Wynn. Pitchers going strikeout for strikeout so far. Matty Ray ahead. Jarski with the big jump over there at first, but he hasn't gone any further. Matty Maguire, the first base coach. Giving him some instruction. Takes that pitch down and in, 2-0 to the lefty. And Matty Maguire, a premiership winning coach herself, leading the Blacktown Workers women's team to the title last night. 6-1 they defeated Ryde. It was Ryde who got the better of them last year in the preliminary final before going down to Eastern Suburbs. And say sometimes you have to lose one to win one. Wasn't so much the case for Ryde last night. Blacktown, a very strong outfit. stars all over the park. Plenty of pitching depth in the team. That will hit you into submission. Two-one. Here to Pearl. Bajarski steps off. He's going to get himself picked off. Goes to Clapson. Clapson runs him all the way back, applies the tag, and the inning is over on the pickoff. Nice long hold there by Cohen Wim. Bajarski was a little bit antsy. I mentioned a couple of times he was getting that big secondary leap. And this time it got the better of him. Thought he had the timing, but it wasn't to be. Gets in the rundown, perfectly executed. Luke Clapson applying the tag, and we're done through three. Still tied at 0 in Game 3 of the New South Wales State League first grade grand final. Ray finds in strike one to Lachlan McCarthy. It's underway here in the fourth. One ball and one strike. McCarthy back in the lineup after missing 2 games so far in 2025 with a hamstring injury. Swings and misses that pitch. 1 and 2. McCarthy with the only hit so far tonight. Down on strikes, looking at that pitch. Didn't like it himself, but Jason Spurway said, yep, that's a strike. That's the first out here in the top of the fourth. Outside corner here to Josh Maddai, and mistakenly mentioned he's off to college. And that's apparently not happening for a little bit longer yet, so we'll see Maddai in the gold and maroon of Baulkham Hills for maybe one more season next year. Thanks to Donnie Bylighter, the Baulkham president, for correcting me on that fact. Swing, the quarter strike. Count now even at 2 and 2. And mentioned before, once Matty Ray finds his groove, he becomes all that much tougher to get on top of. Might be through 74 pitches here in the fourth, but certainly make this game disappear. Despite the elevated pitch count, no signs of stress in the Blacktown dugout just yet. That one hit, high and deep. Dylan Martin back to it, and he makes the catch. That ball just dive in the night sky here at Blacktown. It's a rather chilly night, 18 degrees. Feels more like about 13. And Manai is out for the second out of the inning. Brings up Kean Howard. That one down and in and fouled off by Howard. Kean 0 for 1. Ray taking plenty of time out there on the mound. That one muscled off his hands. Up the right field line. Getting caught in the netting. Not there in right field. 0 for 7 in this grand final series with a pair of strikeouts. Both of them coming last Wednesday night facing Ray. Played in 3 of the other 4 games, collectively 1 for 9. Drove in 2, scored a run. Struck out 4 times. Was hit in each of the first 2 semi-final games. And the midweek preliminary final game against Cronulla. Off. Two here to Kean Howard. And here with 2 out in the fourth. Tips it in the glove. Head on to by Jordan Martin. Another strikeout for Matty Ray, starting to rack them up. They're through the top of the fourth, heading to the bottom. Blacktown looking for the first run of the ball game. So Josh Pearl, who was in the box when Lachlan Bajarski was picked off. He hacks at the first pitch, tough play, in forward Fingleson, through the legs and away. And Josh Pearl gets himself aboard. Big clap and celebration after he got past first base, turned around and saw that the ball was nowhere near the bag and realised he'd picked himself up his team's first hit of this grand final. Hit apiece. We'll go with the one error committed by Luke Clapson. It was Pearl, the hitter, at that time. So Pearl with 2 balls in play, reaching both times. It'll be 1 for 2. The 4 innings so far. Tough play for Fingleson, wasn't hit very hard at all, and all that Pearl was motoring, and saw Fingleson go through the gears, accelerated, but his first step or 2 maybe just costing him a chance, and inventively flipped it through his legs, but it wasn't effective enough, and Pearl's aboard here with Jaden Cavill in the batter's box. Behind the count 0-2, he struck out. That ended Jaden Cavill staying alive here, 0-2. And just keeping an eye on Pearl over at first. To the right side. Fingleson can't get there. It's in the right field. Eunice in quickly on. It'll keep Pearl at second. And back-to-back singles for Blacktown here in the 4th. Nice bit of hitting there by Jaden Cavill just to punch that hard along the ground. Fingleson playing up the middle in double play depth. Couple of tough plays. The young second baseman couldn't get to the first one. Second one was out of his range as well. And Blacktown, 2 on, nobody out. Here to start the 4th. Josh Strong in the batter's box as Carl Wynn just spins around and keeps a close eye on Josh Pearl, who runs well. Expecting a bunt here from Blacktown. Goes down for it, takes it on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Strong looking over to lefty in the third base coach's box. Drops it down and gets a piece of Jack Dormer in the process. Dormer will just take a minute to catch his breath. Almost bunted directly down onto him. Gilhammer out there as well as Dr. Dad. Checking on Junior. Never easy taking a foul ball off the leg. Does have very strong, muscly thighs, Jack Dormer. That one probably a little more unconventional. It was or batted into his leg rather than tipped off into the leg. 0-2 here for Cohen Wynn. Blacktown threatening to score first. Only the second time they've had a runner in scoring position. They had a runner in at second. It was Josh Pearl back in the first. Weren't able to capitalise. 2 hits here and couldn't get the bunt down to move the runners over. Now Josh Strong is going to have to do it the conventional way. Baulkham Hills hoping they might be able to get a double play out of it. Adding Cavill, the hero on Sunday, drove in the only run of the ball game with a similar bit of hitting. It was a ground out victim, but it drove in go-ahead run. 1-2 here to Josh Strong. Strong just asks for time. .340 hitter with runners in scoring position. And one down and away on the breaking ball. A little bit of a run between, or in November, he was driving in plenty of runs. And one fouled off. And even through this final series, he's been able to find a way to drive him in as well. Fouls that pitch off. Count remains 2-2. 2 on. Nobody out. Checks in, crowd get vocal. Outside corner, taken there for a ball. Still nobody out, so Cohen Wynn's got to be careful he doesn't load the bases here. And he'll be in real trouble. Popped up on the infield. Underneath it, Fingleson. Infield fly will be activated. And a little victory there for Cohen Wynn and the Baulkham Hills side. Cal Fingleson fan club just coming alive. He's been involved in all 3 at bat so far, Cal Fingleson. Finally able to record an out. So technically, no, he does. Does get credited with the put out as the ball is hit to him, regardless if he catches it or drops it. One foul away, so again, Cohen Wynn gets ahead 0-2, this time against a lefty Mitch Austin, and under the Grady Roberts rule of averages. The opposite handedness should always, more often than not, works in favour of the hitter. The righty-lefty matchup. And struck out in his last at bat. That one up and away. As he did. Facing strong, got ahead 0-2. Then fell behind. Out now, even at 2-2 with 2 on and 1 out. Game looking for its first run. 3 hits and a bunch of walks so far. Another 2-2 coming for Mitch Austin. Colwyn checks in. Gets his pitch from Jack Dormer. Fires. That one fouled off. Count remains 2-2. Both bullpens still quiet. That one on the ground. Colwyn's probably going to have one play, and that's the underhand toss over to first. So Blacktown finally get their runners to second and third, but it's now with 2 out. Strong couldn't get the bunt down. Then popped out on the infield fly. Mitch Austin finally moves them both over, and Blacktown with the first runner of the game, now standing 90 feet away. Bring up Josh Geyer. Wouldn't Blacktown go crazy if Geyer drives in this run? Lifts it left side. That's going to be trouble. That is going back. That's back. And foul! We had to wait for the call. Josh Geyer just mentioned it. He would be the ultimate hero, but that ball just hooked foul. It was a long run by Kean Howard, and everybody in the stadium was holding their breath. And Paul Jones throws his hands up in the air and says, foul ball. And Cohen win. Dodges a bullet. That one inside on Geyer. 1 ball and 1 strike. Even if that had just bounced and landed in fair territory, 2 runs of scoring, and this crowd would have been loud. Swing and a miss. Colwyn comes back with the sweeper. Guy can't catch up with it. First swing and miss that Wynn's been able to get on the last few batters. And a lot of foul balls, a lot of called strikes. First swinging strike in a little bit. The 1-2 popped up, out of play. We'll do it again. Colwyn gets a new baseball with that one over the top of the grandstand. Colwyn goes back, gets a bit of rosin on his hands, mixes it in with his sweat. Long look, and shuffle back, sets and fires. Down in the dirt. Count now even at 2-2. 2 out, 2 on. Could be a big inning. We're now up to 67 pitches. Had to really battle here. Outside corner, Geyer freezes. And the Baulkham Hills fans make a little bit of noise after escaping that mini jam. Blacktown get the first two hitters on. And Baulkham, they stay tough, they fight hard, and they find 3 importants out to keep this game scoreless, headed to the 5th. Oh, what a 4th inning we just witnessed. The bottom of the 4th. Baulkham surviving. Josh Geyer almost single-handedly putting his name on the MVP trophy. But Cohen win stands the test of time. He strands Blacktown's first 2 hits of the ball game. 3 runners now left on base. Baulkham Hills with their chance here in the 5th. Dormer Fingelson and back to the top with Eunice. Dormer lifts that right side. That's threatening the drop in, but it's going to go foul and land on the family hill at Blacktown International Sports Park. JD Jr. will get his second chance. Gores ball game through 4. Play here in the 5th. And you just sense that one opportunity is all these teams are going to need. Did Baulkham have theirs in the 1st with the bases loaded? Blacktown just have theirs with runners in scoring position, and Josh Guy are almost hitting a 3-run home run. Time will tell. A couple of big moments already. Both pitchers have been able to hold them off. David Candless is in the building now. It's the first part of last Wednesday's game, stuck at work, and I saw that he wasn't in the lineup to start this one. I shot a message down to the ever informative Stephen Dredge. That one on the outside corner. Gordon Martin was ready to fire it away and took a moment for Spurs to ring it up, but it's strike out for the first out. Strikeout number 9. Make it 10 now for Matty Ray. Yeah, Stephen Dredge just confirming that Candyman was on his way. Arrived late, was a pinch hitter essentially last week in the DH spot and drove in a very important run for Baulkham Hills. Could he be the difference here tonight? Done it twice already. Drove in the winner against Cronulla. Came up big off the bench last week. Outside corner. Take him there, 3-0 to Cal Fingelson. Walked. Back in the second. Was left on base. Bottom of the zone. Makes it for a called strike. A few times you've seen tonight Matty Ray battle back from 3-0. On the outside corner, maybe ball 4 for Fingelson, but things are misses and count now even at 3-2. It's a lot easier to come back as a pitcher from 3-0 as it is for a hitter 0-2. Obviously, a pitcher only has to make 2 good pitches. Hitter, they've got to see 3 bad ones. You'd almost say the advantage lies in a pitcher, especially at the higher end. Arm up in the pen. Looks like it might be Ethan Bickle up there. Find the binoculars and have a look in a moment. That one hit to the right side, but a flare to his old coach in Jaden Cavill over at first. And Matty Ray, probably the 3rd or 4th time tonight, battles back from 3-0. And he gets the out. Out number 2 here in the top of the 5th. Baulkham Hills turn the lineup over. They go back to the top. Jacob Eunice walked and struck out so far. Can confirm it is Tom Stanchich up in the Blacktown bullpen, starting to loosen. Not throwing with great urgency just yet. That one ripped up the line and that'll go foul. Former Dodger in Liam Doolan also up there as well. So Benny Maguire thinking that the end is nigh for Matty Ray, who's at 97 pitches. This could be the last inning we see. 0-2 here to Eunice. 10 strikeouts so far for the lefty. Just missing ball 1. So he saw Ray come back against Fingelson from 3-0 down to 0-2. We'll see if Eunice can work his way back from 0-2. Ray delivers the 1-2 pitch, and that's missing down and away. So the count now 3-2, and Eunice 1 pitch away from filling up the count, potentially working his way all the way back. Going to keep this inning alive for his side. That one drifting in, and he does work the count full. Somewhat of a tougher task for the hitter as opposed to the pitcher, but pitcher and hitter 1-1 in this inning. 3-2. Ripped up through the hole in the left side of the infield. And that's a 2-out base hit for Jacob Eunice, Baulkham Hills' second hit of the game. Match Lachlan McCarthy's. They came back in the first, and that might be, well, no signal from Benny Maguire up to the bullpen just yet as he trots out up to the mound to check with his southpaw. He is at 101 pitches, coming to the end of his night, so Maybe just one more batter. He'll leave him out there to face Zach Shepherd. He has struck Shepherd out tonight, but Shepherd's the hitter who can quickly turn the tables on you if given a chance. But a number of years with the Detroit Tigers. First as a hitter and then transition to a pitcher. Which is interesting. We haven't seen him throw a lot in the state leagues. He's coming back. Clearly just happy to swing the bat and focus on hitting. The meeting of the mound over. Looks like at least one more hitter here for Matty Ray. Trying to keep this nil-all ball game and send it to the 5th. Eunice the man at first. First pitch swinging was Zach Shepherd, and that's popped up right side. In for it, Dylan Martin. Matty Ray just needs one more pitch after the meeting. He's going to run to the other end of the dugout trying to avoid the handshake. But we all know that it's probably coming. He's not probably done after 102 pitches. 5 innings, he's kept it scoreless, and he struck out 10 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom 3 of the order here for Blacktown, bottom of the 5th. So looking at first run of the game, each team with a pair of hits. Blacktown, no errors. Baulkham Hills 1. It was a Luke Clapton bobble back in the first. Matty Ray, 102 pitches to get through his 5 innings of work. So got that pitch per inning down a little bit. That one hit through the gap on the left side. Dylan Martin trying to get his team going. I'd love to send Matty Ray out with the W here in this grand final, game 3. Go from one Martin to the next. Dylan to Jordan. So we go from Sunday night's hero to last year's grand final MVP. Shows bunt. One play only, and that'll be the first. So Blacktown sensing that one run could be the difference. And when you get the leadoff man with nobody out, then it's the perfect time to move him up to second, especially here in the 5th. It's caliber of pitching we have in the game, and caliber of pitching we have out of both of these bullpens. So one out now and a runner on second. 9-hole hitter in Lachlan Bajarski was hit by a pitch. Then picked off back in the third. Cohen just checking on Jordan Martin. No, it's Dylan Martin. I knew I'd get it wrong. It's the law firm at the bottom of the order, Martin, Bajarski and Associates. The senior associate at second, the junior associate retired on the bunt, and now the intern in Lachlan Bajarski. One away, blocked by Jack Dormer. Colwyn has struggled a little bit with a runner on base. And it's just to lose focus on his primary job when he's worrying about what's going on behind him. That one straight back to him. He's got Jordan Martin, Dylan Martin in a rundown now. They go to Clapson and they go to Nadai, who applies the tag. They're going to say no tag, and then they recover. Great defense, great base running. Dylan Martin almost gets himself out of it. But good reactions by Josh Nadai. He missed the tag after Dylan Martin fell to the ground to avoid the tag. And then he held his cool, Nadai, to flip it over to his pitcher, who had positioned himself perfectly. And they get the fielder's choice. It'll be 1-6-5-1 for your scorebook. Good defense by Baulkham Hills to keep that runner off third base. Dylan Martin a little bit adventurous there. It's the second base runner extinguished by the Cookers, and they have two out. We go back to the top of the order with Nick Anderson-Vine. A pair of strikeouts for the Nav man tonight. So we're going to miss. And Colin Wynn, after getting rid of that distraction at second, he's got the Blacktown leadoff man behind 0-2. He's one pitch away from getting out of this inning, completing 5 scoreless. We saw Lachlan Bajarski picked off already tonight. See if Cohen Wynn's thinking of something similar. How aggressive will Bajarski be? Once beaten, twice shy. Swing and a miss. Wynn doesn't have to worry about Bajarski because Nick Anderson-Vine has the hat trick. And we are scoreless through 5. We're off to the 6th. And this is turning out to be another great pitcher's duel, and Blacktown are going to their bullpen. 3 for 5 for Baulkham Hills to face the former Kookaburra in Tom Stancic. Outside corner, call a strike. 0-2, and Stancic quickly ahead. Going to keep this a scoreless ball game here in the 6th. Set for another epic finish here in this grand final series. Both games decided by a 1 run. It's on aggregate 3-all. So if we are tied at 9, we're going to need extra innings anyway. .22 1/3 innings for Tom Stancic on the season. Breaking pitch, swatted by Clapson, but straight up, and Nick Anderson-Vine, after striking out for the 3rd time to end the 5th, makes the catch in centre field for the first out here in the 6th. He fired an inning and 2/3 on Wednesday night last week, facing 6 batters. He had just 20 pitches. He gave up a hit, but he struck out 2. And he stranded the bases loaded. Mitch Ellison. Baulkham Hills do have David Candless now down in that dugout. He's got a helmet on his lap. He's ready to possibly come in a pinch hit. 3 innings for Stancic against Cronulla. In 2 appearances, he faced 10 batters overall. Gave up a hit, struck out 5. 2 of them were looking. Two and 1. Here to Ellison. Someone ripped up the line. And given how tight these games so far have been, there really hasn't been a lot to talk about offensively when you try and look at the numbers. 2.5 very well pitched games of baseball. That one off the end of the bat, straight back to Stancic. Finds a strike. A little bit low to Cavill, but it gets the job done. Stancic is 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th. Plenty of arms available for Blacktown. Did have Liam Doolan warming up in the pen as well. Got Tyrone Fergie, Todd Grattan, Kyle Gogowski. Baulkham Hills, I'll have the Ox. Almost said the Cougar, but wrong side of the diamond. The Ox. And then Elvie. And Rofe, available to them. Maybe even Alex Wells, although I haven't seen him down there in the dugout. That one off the bat. Looks like it's going to drop in, but Josh Strong gets out there. He makes the catch, and Tom Stancic comes out, delivers a 1-2-3, top of the 6th. See if Blacktown can get on the board when we come back with the bottom half. Josh Pearl will be the first hitter to face Cohen Wynn, who's out here for his 6th inning of work. Pearl's been on twice, first by the error back in the first, then singled. Start things in the 4th. Or was it the 5th? Seems ages ago. Yeah, it was the 5th. Oh, sorry, it was the 4th. This one hit to the right side. Fingleson has trouble with it, and he's copping a bit of a beating over there, Fingleson. That one probably the more regulation of the last few plays. The first one, he had a charge in a long way. Second one, ranged to his right, to his left, and couldn't get there. See how it's scored. It's going to be a 2nd hit of the night. Second hit of the night for Josh Pearl. Put the ball in play all 3 times. 2 hits and an error so far. That one up the line, that eye. Hard hit, knocks it down, keeps it close, fires a strike. And Jaden Cavill is retired. Thought he might have picked up his 2nd hit, but nice defense of the Beaver commit over at 3rd, who doesn't go to the back end of next year as opposed to later this year, as I was so humbly corrected earlier on the broadcast. So 1 away now for Josh Strong. We go from Josh to Jaden, back to Josh. And hit by a pitch, and oh, here we go. This is getting a bit interesting. Blacktown quickly out of their dugout, and tensions flaring here. Wonder what stemmed this. Cohen Wynn still having a jaw at Josh Strong as he walks up the line. Blacktown are out of their dugout. Baulkham coming out of theirs as well. And this game just got a little more exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Jones over controlling Baulkham Hills. Spurway and Jerry Cobb settling down Blacktown. Not something you see from Cohen Wynn. Normally very reserved and does things the right way, and still having issues with members over on the Blacktown side of the dugout. Bill Hammer's just going to have a quick chat with Jason Spurway. I mean, it's one way to get the double play back in order without having to waste too many pitches. 80 pitches now the count for Cohen Wynn, so that's a warning to both sides. Ben Maguire coming out, he's going to tread a fine line, and he might get an early shower if he's not careful. Ben Nash over to talk to Ben Maguire and just settle him down. Ben Nash, the crew chief in this game 3, so things getting fiery here in the bottom of the 6th. Just adds another layer to this very tight series. And I guess for Blacktown, the best way for them to respond is to score 1 or 2 runs. They've got an opportunity to do it here with Mitch Austin. Over 2 tonight with the strikeout. One fouled up on the line, and that ball in play. Everyone just went dead silent for a moment. It was very eerie. Cohen gets ahead 0-1. Guess we'll never know the true story behind it. Only those close to Cohen and the Baulkham Hills side probably will. fouled off the other way by Mitch Austin. Can't win ahead 0-2. And just repeating, both sides issued warnings, much to the displeasure of Ben Maguire, but when both teams jump out of the dugout like that, you've got to keep the peace, and that's the best way to do it. But don't think that that's the end of it. Baulkham Hill's obviously unhappy with something. And if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it. You've got to do it in your first attempt. If you miss, well, that's it. You only get one chance. Don't have your manager come out and then tell you to do it again. That's certainly a bad look. Up and away. 2-2. Blacktown crowd enjoying that. Horn getting a bit of a workout down there next to the Blacktown dugout. Can't wait till that final series is over to have that thing put back. That one back up the middle. Turning around third and heading home is Josh Strong. Here comes Mitch Ellison. His throw won't be in time, and Blacktown are on the board in game 3. Is that the run that decides this championship? A bunch of them come out of the dugout to celebrate with Josh Pearl. And Mitch Austin, he puts his team ahead. Josh Strong, after the hit by a pitch, showing no signs, and he goes first to third. We already saw Mitch Ellison throw out a runner at the plate earlier in the final series. That ball wasn't hit hard enough to him for that to happen again. And Blacktown get their nose in front here midway through this game. Jack Dormer just out there to put down some defensive instructions with runners on the corners and one out. Nothing that Cohen Wynn or Luke Clapson could do with that ball. And the Grady Roberts numbers ring true. The righty-lefty matchup. We're just going to check the runner at third. And it's going to be called safe, so maybe a bit of gamesmanship by Baulkham Hills. Just checking that Josh Pearl had touched third base. You try anything sometimes. Popped up right side off the bat of Josh Geyer. He's had a tough series with the bat. Hasn't had a problem with the arm. We saw that on Sunday night. Struck out a couple of times last week. Struck out a couple of times already tonight. Oh, and 1. Outside corner, down. Missing there for 1-1. And the temperature and the volume just rising over there in the Blacktown corner. Josh Geyer just missing a 3-run home run in his earlier at-bat, which would have really set the crowd off. That one to Nadai. He's going to have tough to turn 2. He won't be able to. He'll only have one play, and that's the retired Geyer at third. Josh Geyer gets the job done on the RBI ground out. Josh Strong scores. Josh Maguire driving him in. Josh Nadai unable to turn the double play. And sometimes when you're struggling, you don't have to hit the ball hard. You just get more reward by hitting the ball soft. Such is the game of baseball. Big swing and a miss. Dylan Martin. He got the previous inning underway, but he's retired on the fielder's choice on a bit of a rundown. 1-6-5-1. The result of the play. Mitch Austin moved up to second on the Josh Geyer ground out, so another runner in scoring position. One fouled off. Can't win. Pitch count at 90. Trying to finish it off here. Dylan Martin looking for the third run of the inning. Swings and misses. Wynn gets out of it. An inning that really lifted in intensity. The hit by pitch brings the teams out of the dugout. And Blacktown get on the board. It's 2-0. Blacktown, they are fancying their chances and need just 9 more outs for a third straight championship. Nine outs remaining for Baulkham Hills. They trail this game by 2. Haven't trailed for long in this season. It could be enough for Blacktown. And a pitch from Tom Stanchich getting away. 1 ball and 1 strike. An eventful bottom of the 6th. The hit by pitch led to the bench's semi-clearing. Bit of drawing back and forth. And I tell you what, if it was any other scenario, it wouldn't have really mattered, but it's a tight series. Both teams with a win. 3 runs scored by each team, and then Blacktown seizing the opportunity. There was the error, and then the hit by pitch. Mitch Austin and Josh Geyer driving in the 2 runs. Outside corner. 3-2, hit an eye. Baulkham Hills, they need a response. And they get it against a former Kookaburra in Tom Stanchich. Outside corner for strike 3. Then I asking where it was, gets the answer, and that's the first out. David Candless will hit here for Kean Howard. We're wondering when he might have been injected. Blacktown's magic number getting smaller. One away here in the top of the 7th. David Candless has played game winner twice already in the series. Drove in the game runner against Cronulla. He drove in a very important insurance run 7 days ago. Only one run he can drive in here, and that's himself. Stančić with the 2-1 count, facing Candless. Checks his swing. No, he doesn't. Going to sadly win around. Candy with the, a sure stretch. The oh-so-close stretch. And the count even at 2-2. Blacktown with 5 hits, 3 of them coming in the last inning. That one broken bat. Clean break. Bajarski on the money. Over to Cavill for the second out. And it was, in fact, ruled a hit to Josh Pearl, not an error. So a hit and then the hit by a pitch, not the error and the hit by a pitch. Looks like that bat broke into about 4 pieces. And David Candless will need another bit of lumber if he gets another chance, and that chance could come in the bottom of the 9th with 2 out. And for Baulkham Hills, they're hoping it might be with the winning run on base. Or top of the 9th, actually. It'll be the go-ahead run. 2 out here for Jack Dormer. Outside corner, just missing for ball 1. Baulkham Hills have had their chances tonight, just haven't been able to capitalise. They had the bases loaded back in the first, and Matty Ray was really slow to get out of the box, but he finished it after 5 innings. He struck out 10, left with the no decision. Tom Stančić now in line for the win here in the decisive game of this grand final series. Can't win, currently on hook for the loss. Gonna have a pitching change in the bottom half of this 7th. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2 here to Jack Dormer. Over 2 with the strikeout so far. That struck out twice after striking out to start the inning. Eunice and MacArthur, the only 2 Baulkham Hills hitters to record a hit, and that is another strikeout. 2 on the inning for Tom Stančić. So we'll stretch in the 7th and come back to the bottom half in a moment. So we're stretched and ready to go for the final 5 half innings, maybe only 4. If Blacktown can get the job done, it'll be Cohen Wynn out for his 7th inning. Surprising they didn't go to the bullpen. Plenty of arms available for them. No use keeping them for later on. Chris Rofe is up there at the moment, but not throwing just yet. Maybe getting ready to come in here in this inning. Cohen Wynn has been good, just ran into a little bit of trouble in the 6th. He's going to get Jordan Martin, Boyarsky, and Nick Anderson-Vine. Blacktown supporters just gaining in excitement. That one at the top of the zone. Martin had 3 and 1. Swing of that one, and again 3-1, 3-0 count quickly turned into a 3-2. Check swing, call strike 3. Jordan Martin can't believe it. He was a third of the way. He's saying no, it was on the pitch. So he asks, was it on the swing? And he gets the reply, no. Which can only mention one thing, that it was a called strike. And that's the first out. The 9-hole hitter, Lachlan Boyarsky. He's reached base twice. In there for a called strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. And we talk so much about streaks and things happening in continuous sequences. We had 7 straight 3-game final series decided in 2 games as Jason Spurway calls a strike on Lachlan Boyarsky, and a collective groan rings around the stadium from the Blacktown crowd. Claps from the Baulkham Hills side, they like the call. It's 1 and 2. 2 and 2 now on the Blacktown shortstop. That one straight back out of reach of Cohen Wynn, claps it in, picks up, fires, and gets the out. A desperate lunge by Boyarsky at the end. Falls over for his efforts, but... And now Zach Shepherd just offering a few words of discontent of the effort from Boyarsky, but he's just trying to get himself on base, obviously not meaning any harm. Zach Shepherd just taking a little bit of umbrance to it. No team, once taking the lead, has relinquished the lead. Every team has either played from in front or has been tied, but when they've been in the lead, they've never trailed. Swing and a miss by the leadoff man, Nick Anderson-Vine. Is trying to get off this stretch of 3 strikeouts. Cohen Wynn trying to make it a golden sombrero. Swing and a miss on that pitch. And Cohen Wynn on pitch away from handing that golden sombrero over to Nick Anderson-Vine, but he won't matter. He won't mind because his team lead this ball game 2-0. And if history repeats itself that we've seen throughout this final series, This game is as good as Blacktown's. Top of the zone, missing. Doesn't get the swing out of Anderson Vine on this occasion. Outside. Evens the count at 2-2. And again, we mentioned it's easy to work back from 3-0 down than it is to work back from 0-2. Top of the zone, 3-2, and not for the first time tonight. A hitter's worked back from 0-2 down. Evens the count at 3-2, and the counters and Vine trying to extend the inning for his team and get off his 0-3 and 3 strikeout night. That one lifted in the left field, and it will be caught. Running catch out there by Jacob Eunice, who moves from right field to left field with David Candless taking over in right. And Nick Anderson, while he avoids the golden sombrero, he'll potentially finish the night 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. But his team lead 2-0 headed to the 8th. Top of the 8th, and Baulkham Hills will send up 9-1-2. Cal Fingelson, Jacob Eunice, Zach Shepherd. And they're going to face the new pitcher for Blacktown, Kyle Gorgoski, I was rolling 2 words into one, going straight into my next sentence before finishing the previous one. Starts Fingelson with the strike, and that one missing down and away. And it's going back to my point in the previous inning about not relinquishing leads. We'll run through the results of the series. Blacktown defeated Cronulla 9-1 and 6-1. Baulkham Hills defeating the Vikings 10-0 and 5-0. That one on the outside corner. And then in the first game of the preliminary final series, it was 1-0 Baulkham Hills. So it's again a team, once they were in the lead, never relinquished it or gave up the lead. 1 and 2. On the ground, check swing. Josh Strong over to Cavill for out number 1. 5 outs remaining for Baulkham Hills. The only game where a team gave up the lead to be tied was the second game of that preliminary final series. Baulkham Hills were up 5-2. Cronulla came back, made it 5-all before Baulkham Hills walked it off. Baulkham Hills taking game 1 3-0, or 3-2 after having the 3-0 lead. And then Blacktown scoring the 1-0 lead on Sunday. So if we stay in that trajectory, Blacktown are 5 outs away from a 3rd straight championship. And what an achievement that will be. They battle adversity in the middle of the year, obviously losing a bunch of players to the Blue Sox. Just shows you the depth that they do have within their 4 grades to have all 4 in the playoffs, 3 of them as minor premiers, 3 of them to then qualify directly into the grand final and enjoy a week off. Have 2 of them come out, win their respective grand finals, and then push this series to a game 3. They're on the verge of taking 5 of the 6 major premierships in the New South Wales senior competitions. Yunus off the end of the bat, that'll drop in for a base hit, and now Baulkham Hills will send the tying run to the plate in Zach Shepherd. A single off the end of the bat for Jacob Yunus keeps his team alive here in the 8th. Just the 3rd hit of the night for Baulkham Hills. 5 on the board for Blacktown, who lead this game 2-0. 1 error rather made by Borco, which came all the way back in the 1st. Zach Shepherd, at this stage, represents the game tying run. He needs to try and find his way on base. Up there for ball 1. Outside, 2-0. Finds it on the outside corner. 14 1/3 innings for Gogloski, pitched in 12 games. Gave up 6 runs, 5 earned on 11 hits. He walked 12, struck out 21. Finished with a ERA of 3.14. And one on the outside corner in there for a called strike. Has an opponent's batting average of 220. Baulkham Hills trying to make that 1,000. 667, sorry, on the night with Ingleson retired. We're out number 1. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. Gogloski gets the 2nd out of the inning. 4 outs remain for Baulkham Hills. Shepherd strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. We'll talk about hat tricks and sombreros, and that's a hat trick for Zach Shepherd. Sentence you don't expect to roll off the end of your tongue. Clapson, the final chance of Borco here. Kyle Gogloski Trying to strand this runner. Blacktown trying to extend the inning. Here to Luke Clapson. Walton struck out tonight. That one down the middle. Threw it straight down Broadway and said, hey, have a go at this. Swinging and miss there by Clapson. Goski's worked his way back from 2-0. Now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2-0 ball game. There's 4 outs remain from Baulkham Hills. Eunice takes off. Clapson fouls off. Come back and do it again. Two. Lifted left side. Pearl Rangers back. Sits underneath it. He makes the catch. And the inning is over. And Blacktown 3 outs away. They all come up in the bottom of the 8th. Blacktown out for some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 8th. They lead this ball game 2-0. They got the Cougar warming up in the pen. Able to come out and find the final 3 outs, or in case Kyle Gogoski gets into trouble. Cohen Wynn, interestingly, back out here for the 8th. 112 pitches now. 0-2 the count You know, Josh Pearl, who's had himself a night, 2 for 3, and the only other one was an error made by Luke Clapson, so could as well have a 3 for 3 night. Scored the first run of the ball game, and he strikes out. The first time he's been retired, first time he won't reach base, and that is all for Cohen Wynn as Phil Hemmer comes out to make a pitching change. 7 1/3 for Cohen Wynn, 112 pitches in his final outing of the year. He gives his manager a handshake, hugs his catcher, and he departs Blacktown for the final time this season. A big few months for Cohen, was outstanding during the ABL, has been awesome for Baulkham Hills all season long, and the dugout will show their appreciation as he heads back in. So we'll pause for the pitching change. Looks like it'll be Chris Rofe to take over with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. So 1 away here, bottom of the 8th. Blacktown with 1.5 hands on the trophy for the 3rd straight year. Chris Rofe comes on in relief of Cohen Wynn, who was strong through 7 1/3. 112 pitches for his outing, just ran into that 1 inning of trouble in the 6th, which is going to be probably all the scoring we're going to have. We've had scoring in 4 innings of 20, where are we at? 25 and a half innings. That one lifted into the night sky. Mitch Ellison sits underneath it, and he'll retire Jaden Cabell, the first out for Chris Rofe. And that's now 2 away. Three runs in the 4th and 2 runs in the 8th on Wednesday night. I think it was a run in the 5th on Sunday night, and then 2 runs here in the 6th. Scoring in 4 half innings of a 27-inning series. And one fouled off. Strike 1 to Josh Strong. Well, it's the first series in 2 years to go 3 games. Breaks the run of 7 straight 2-0 series sweeps in the last 2 seasons. Blacktown, I'm sure, will celebrate long into the night and long into the weekend. It'll be a big celebration for them and their end of season presentation night with 5 of the 6 major trophies in their cabinet. Great job by the team over there. Ben Maguire, Nathan Wright, Brendan Bajarski, Ben Spence, Craig Forward, the pitching coach, Jason Pospisil's down there as well. The experienced heads they've got in that lineup leading the way. The 18s got off to a really good start as well. They led the competition for a while there, then just had a bit of a fall late just before the finals. Had to do it tough to try and break their way into the grand final, coming from 4th spot. Just couldn't overcome Cronulla. So they could well have had the complete set 6 from 6. But hey, you've got to have one area to improve on next year, and Josh Strong isn't happy with that strike 3 call, but it won't matter for much. Todd Grattan's going to walk out and take the ball, and if he can find the final 3 outs, then Blacktown will be 3-time champions here in the New South Wales State League. Join us in a moment to see what unfolds. Blacktown fans showing their appreciation for their side, who is 3 outs away from the 2024-25 first grade championship. Todd Grattan called from the bullpen to find the final 3 outs. He's going to have the 3-4-5 hitters in Clapson, Ellison and McCarthy to navigate. And if he can do that and keep this Blacktown team in the lead, and there will be celebrations aplenty at the Blacktown Workers Club later tonight. In there for a called strike. In fact, it's Ellison, McCarthy and Nadai, the first 3. Have one on the ground. Austin sits back for it. Throws it over the diamond, doing a bit of shadow fielding with Lachlan Bajarski. First out here in the top of the 9th. Baulkham Hills have only managed 3 hits. Blacktown, well, they've had 2 more and they've scored 2 more runs. That's all they've needed tonight. Can you believe we've had 25 strikeouts in a championship decider? Such has been the pitching duel we have seen, not just tonight, but through this series. That one on the inside to Lachlan McCarthy for ball 1. McCarthy, 1 for 3. And a strikeout so far. He missed the back end of the season. All but 2 games in 2025. This is only his 3rd game since the turn of the calendar year. Can he find a way to breathe life into his team? Get on the ground up the third base line again, but that one's going to go foul. Mitch Austin cleans it up and count moves to a ball and a strike. Long look in by the Cougar. Soaking in every minute. McCarthy just asking for time. Now, that one ripped right side off the glove of Daniel Lakeman over at first. The defensive change, and happens all the time in baseball. If you're new into the game, the ball's going to find you somehow, and Lachlan McCarthy punches it up the right side. Daniel Lakeman can't handle it. And Akira Bastion will come in and run for Lachlan McCarthy, who is recovering from a hamstring injury. So they're going to send a bit of speed out there. It's only one run, so they're going to need a bit of a rally here with one out in the ninth. Josh Nadai, over 3, a pair of strikeouts. Outside corner, called strike. Hear the grunt coming through the effects mic. On the ground up to Austin. That'll just go foul rather. Very close in the end. It kind of straightened up at the last second. In fact, it's Jackson Muldoon over there at first, not Akira Bastion. We've seen Bastion come in a couple of times this year, so I just assumed it was him. It's going to be Jackson Muldoon. Oh, and 2 here to Josh Nadai. Tip the glove, and Jordan Martin can't hold on. Vicious swing there by Josh Nadai. Got a piece of it. Nadai gets another chance. I'll tell you what, if Nadai can turn on one, could make this thing interesting. Long look in. Nadai standing patiently. Grattan gets the pitch he wants. Top of the zone. Maybe trying to get a swing out of the youngster. The cool head of Josh Nadai gets the count to 1 and 2. Lakeman the only change defensively for Blacktown. Fouls that one off. Only takes 1, they say. And for Baulkham, they need 2. 2 runs, 2 swings. Blacktown, they need 2. 2 outs. Don't be the pinch runner that gets picked off. It's the only advice you can give. Nani's fouled off a couple of tough pitches from Grattan. What will he receive here? That one hit. Hard. Back for it. Anderson Vine. But he navigates a safe route. And he makes the catch. Josh Nadai can't believe it. He thought he got enough. But anyone who comes here, especially in the cold of night, knows that the ball's not going to travel. And Blacktown are 1 out away. A famous victory, a huge series. It's been a drama-filled series. Runners thrown out to finish games, to save games. A mini clearing of the benches. And it's down to the final out. Swing and a miss by David Candless. Well, if anyone's going to pull something off and create more drama, it's this man. He's already driven in 2 game-winning runs in this series. He broke the hearts of Cronulla, what was it, 3 weeks ago now, 2 weeks ago now, and a vital insurance run for the Kookaburras just 7 days ago. Something about Wednesday night baseball and David Candless here at Blacktown. You can't drive in the winning run, but one big swing could tie this ball game up. That one gets away. 2-1 here to the Candyman. It's Blue Sox veteran on Blue Sox veteran. ABL legend against ABL legend. One trying to end the game, the other trying to keep it alive. Candless didn't like the call. He turns around and mentions it also ever so politely to Jason Spurway. And Blacktown now 1 out away. Hunting the three-peats to make it 5 out of 6. And the Cougar finish it off. Outside, ball 3. Count runs full. Jordan Castle has a bat in hand. He's going to be asked to pinch hit for Jack Dormer if the Candyman gets on. Two hours and 45 minutes. 10 o'clock on a Wednesday night. Up the third baseline. Austin, throw, high. Lakeman receives it, and Blacktown have done it. They hold on. 2-0 the final. 3 straight first-grade championships for the Blacktown workers. What a finish to their season. They stay alive in dramatic fashion on Sunday night after 9 shutout innings from Josh Geyer. They get 2 runs in the 4th. Geyer driving in one of them. And Blacktown, they take it out 2-0 on 5 hits. 23-24 strikeouts in the game. And Blacktown are your 2024-25 New South Wales State League first grade champions for the 3rd year in a row. Well, it's a series, it's a final series that had it all, and you just can't beat class. They had 5 of their 6 teams in the playoffs, the men's and the women's. They take out all 5 of those final series. And Ben Maguire and his coaching staff, hats off to you. They do it tough every year. Their players get called up to higher honours, but they just find a way to get it done. Blacktown win game 3, 2-0 the final. And they'll lift the trophy for the third straight year. We'll have the presentation on field in a couple of minutes' time. Stick around for that. Find out who gets the MVP and watch Blacktown lift the trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we'd all agree that we've seen some great baseball from these two teams over the last 3 days. Not only has it been great baseball, but they've also made it very entertaining for us as well. Before we start the presentation, I'd just like to call out a few thanks if I can. Firstly, the Baseball New South Wales, the staff, and particularly Tyson and Georgia for their organisation, not just of the final series for all grades, but right through the state league season. It's been amazing. Thank you, guys. Our scorers, thank you very much for all the time and effort you put in volunteering in the game. We couldn't do this without you. And to the umpires, thank you very much. I think you all earned your money tonight, no doubt about it. To the broadcast team, thanks for getting it out there for those that couldn't be here over the final series. And to Mick G and his photography, we love the photos, mate. Thank you very much. If I could just ask Phil to come up and say a few words on behalf of the Baulkham group.
What a series, huh? Congratulations, guys. It's probably the best 3 games I've been a part of. Benny and the coaching staff at Blacktown, excellent year. Should be very proud of all your achievements and what you've done. My guys, not our night. Tough one, but love every single one of you, and I'm glad we got to do it together. Thank you to Baseball New South Wales, Tyson and Georgia, Mark in the absence of Mark, scorers, Marie Griffiths all year, multiple grades, again part of the team, so appreciate you, Marie. And another big thanks to the Baulkham Hills Club for giving me the opportunity. So appreciate it, thanks guys.
Benny, on behalf of the winning team.
First of all, to the Baulkham Hills team, that was a hell of a series. Cohen, you diced the entire series, and it's, I know it sucks, but that was a well-played series the whole way around, so congratulations on that. I thought you guys were great. I just want to thank Vera, our scorer, for organising all our scores this year, our front office. We've got a great community that does hours and hours of work every week. Baseball New South Wales, thank you, Tyson. You've been fantastic to work with this year. Thank you to the board. You guys do a great job. To our guys, it's 3 in a row and 4 in the last 5 years. And when I first took over as a head coach, I was hoping to win one of these things. And to be able to celebrate 4 times with you guys and 3 in a row, that's a hell of an achievement. We said at the start of the year that, the hardest thing about when you win the year before is that everyone's coming after you and you've got to keep going and keep going and keep going. You guys did that. You had a fire lit under ears. I don't think we were at our best in game 1. And, we would come after in the next 2 games. That's a really character building, series there. To be down 1 and come back and win the next 2. JV, best performance I've ever seen in a playoff game, man. You put the whole team in the box there. To our supporters, I thought you guys just absolutely set the standard for us this series, and that was outstanding to see you guys all there and cheering and making noise and you're loud, and that was incredible. And to win 3 this year and win the 2 women's and the under 17s, that's I couldn't have, if I dreamt about what this season was, it wouldn't have been what this was. It would have been way less. So congratulations, guys. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Josh Geyer. Matty Ray. Tommy Stanchik. Lachlan Majarski. Jaden Cabot. Mitch Elson. Josh Strong. In my opinion, the league MVP, Josh Bell. Jody Martin. Dylan Martin. Benny Martin. Nick Henderson Vine. Cole Dudowski. Tyrone Perry. Liam Doolan. Todd Gradden. Daniel Aikman. Alex Ranieri. Lockie Oliver. Harrison Riley. Nathan Skinner. Ashton Kennedy. Jared Davidson. Nathan McKean. Ryan Barnes. And for me, the best coaching staff that I could work with, they put in hours and hours and hours of work every year. Nathan Wright, Craig Ford, Jason Hospital, Brendan Majarski, Scott McCallum, Nancy Maguire, Andrew McGregor, James Jones, Melvin Green.
Okay, the Grand Final Series MVP. I don't think it's going to come to any surprise. Josh Dyer.
I'll try and keep it short, unlike Geordie before. If I can be 100% honest, Cohen, you threw the absolute... I nearly swore, sorry. You threw the shit out of it tonight, mate, and had it been another result, I'm sure you'd have this, but this award's shit and they don't give it to arguably the best player on the diamond over the 3 games, so hold your head high, mate. But to my boys, thanks for having my back through everything, and wouldn't be here for tonight's game without you, so love all of you.
And for the coach.